Leaky, I'll go ahead and ask you this question since you don't want to be here according to Kirsch. The mentality that you guys came out with against this team, knowing that they had already, slayed a couple giants or whatever, you guys looked like you weren't here to play around. You weren't here to settle against your competition. Can you speak on that level of intensity that you guys, especially on the defensive end?
Yeah. We just wanted to play North Carolina basketball. They hang their hat on punching teams in the mouth, being an underdog, that kind of thing. But we just had to let them know it wasn't going to happen tonight, and that was just pretty much it.
Andrew.
Andrew Jones, Tar Illustrated. Leaky, you're going to get 2 straight questions here. The longest embrace that Coach gave when you guys came off the court was with you. What does that kind of mean to you? What does that symbolize?
What was the first part of the question?
The longest embrace. When he was hugging each of you guys when you came off, the one with you was longer than the other guys. Obviously, you've been around. What does that symbolize to you? What does that mean to you?
I felt like it was just a good hug, so we just didn't want to let go. It was a good little moment. Tried to get my little pic with him, and that's pretty much it.
CL Brown with the News and Observer. This is for Leaky and Armando, since you guys have been around the longest. What does it mean for you guys to reach the Final Four in Coach Davis's first year?
For me specifically, it means everything because since I've been here, my first 2 years was just so tough and, people kind of pushed North Carolina to the side and saying how we were done and all this and that, and I'm just so glad to make it to the Final Four finally and kind of submit myself. We're not done yet, but just to, submit myself and us as a team, me and Leaky specifically, just being able to say we won.
Yeah, pretty much what he said. We've, me and Mondo, it's been a roller coaster, the last few years, pretty much been laughed at, on social media. It just feels good to, get the last laugh right here, but we're not done yet.
Over here.
Cole Nowak, Philly Sports Digest. This can be for any of you guys up there. When you guys see Coach Davis getting emotional at the end of the game and seeing how emotionally invested he is in you guys and your guys' success, what does that mean to you guys when you can see as your leader him really caring that much for your guys' success in the long term?
It just shows how much he cares about us and how much he cares about the game. We knew all along how much his passion, and we carry that with us. We feed off him and his energy, and so that's why you see us playing so hard. It's for him. It's his first year, so we wanted to go all out for him.
Brady? No?
Nope.
Okay, next question.
Ross Martin, Inside Carolina. Brady, I got one for you. This is why you came to Carolina for these big games, big moments, and the teammates wanted to put the net around your neck. What did that mean? What did this moment mean for you?
It's unbelievable. I actually just got done talking with Miss Davis about how a kid from Oklahoma ends up in North Carolina and somehow has a 5th year. That's unbelievable. It's been an unbelievable story so far, and it's not over yet.
Go ahead, back there. Go ahead in the one. Yep.
Adam Kilgore with the Washington Post. This is for Armando. Having been around this program, what is the Final Four game against Duke going to mean to both of these teams? The first time Duke and UNC have ever played in a tournament.
I don't really want to answer that right now. It's a good question, but I can't answer it right now. Kurt should get mad at me.
Well done, Mondo. Terrence Hatchett, Carolina Blitz. You guys were plus 16 on the glass. You guys won the turnover battle, and you won the three-point line. Was that emphasized when you guys looked at the film? Were those points emphasized for the game plan? And this is for anybody that wants to answer.
Yeah, definitely. We knew the game plan going into this game. When we take care of the ball, we play defense, we offensive rebound. We know we'll be successful, coming into the game. And we just wanted to play Carolina basketball, and that was evident tonight.
In the back.
Sam Marsdale, 24/7 Sports. This is for anyone up there. I see Brady and Leaky with the nets around their neck. Was there any process on who were the ones that got to sport that coming to the podium tonight?
I would just say, they've been playing great all year for us, and they are two, senior guys. So, we just wanted to make it special for them.
Over here.
Jeremiah Holloway, Daily Tar Heel. This one is for Caleb and for Armando. Coach Davis has talked a lot about ignoring side-so distractions, but of course tonight it was a neutral crowd, but there was obviously a lot of St. Peter's fans and things of that nature. What did you think of that coming into the game? Of course, when the initial maybe boos were coming from the crowd, did you have any thoughts on that? And just what was it like playing with that unique atmosphere?
I mean, well, they're probably they're close to Philly, so coming into the game, we weren't worried about who was going to be in the crowd or anything like that. We just focused on winning the game, and like I said in the interview before, we were just going to stick to the game plan, and that's exactly what we did, and we came out with the win.
Hey, this question's for Caleb. This is Jerome from City of Basketball Love. Yesterday you talked, and Friday you scored 30, and then tonight you were more of a facilitator and controlling the pace. So did you think you showed off different aspects of your game, and what did that mean for the team?
Yeah, I'm not just a scorer. I can pass too, and that's what Coach Davis and his team needs from me. And so when I'm facilitating, it opens up everything else, and we're a lot better when I'm facilitating.
In the front.
Pat Walter, WRAL Sports. Questions for Hubert. Hubert, this team has been written off so many times throughout the year. I mean, what kind of lessons can you draw from being here right now?
I got 4 more people. I'll cut it off.
No, can we get the players so they can go shower and then leave Hubert?
Yeah, there's more questions. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is it okay to have Hubert answer that, or do you want me to ask a question of the players?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear. Just next question for the players.
All right.
Andrew, or you got it. Go ahead.
Adam Smith, Burlington Times News. For Armando, I mean, you came in today knowing a win gets you into the Final Four, but were the emotions at the end in any way surprising? Did it almost catch you by surprise how emotional you guys were to sort of close this thing out and advance on?
I mean, I would just say, even from the beginning of the year, I mean, that was one of our biggest goals, is just to get into the Final Four. And, I mean, we never wanted to look past St. Peter's because, I mean, they've been a great team, and they beat 2 teams that beat us. But towards the end, once I realized, we were really going to the Final Four, it started to sink in, and definitely started getting emotional, me and all the players and the coaches too, because we battled through so much this year, and just to have the fight and adversity just to get through all this, it was just special.
Last one for the players, Andrew.
For Caleb and RJ, they're guard-oriented. They do a lot of stuff on the perimeter, they run the weave and all that kind of stuff, but you guys disrupted that a lot in the first half. What was the main emphasis to disrupt what they were doing?
Well, I mean, we knew as a team that they had good guards. They relied on the guards play, so it was more about just pressuring the guards and kind of disrupting their offense flow through the guards. So once we was able to get into them on ball coverages, pick and rolls, and disrupt it a little bit, it was good for us.
Yes, piggyback of what he said. It's not just their guards. We focusing on them, but it's not just 1-on-1. It's 1-on-5. Coach Davis preached on that, and we're not on the island when we're guarding those guards, and we know that we got our help on the backside.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations. Best of luck next weekend. Questions for Coach. Zach.
Coach, right here. Zach Gelb, CBS Sports Radio. You've had this feeling before with this university going to the Final Four as a player and then an assistant coach, in year 1 as a head coach. How do you put those feelings into perspective?
Well, it was really emotional towards the end of the game when we can finally settle in and realize that, these guys are going to a Final Four. It was something that I just desperately wanted for them. This is probably the most nervous that I was before the game, because I really wanted them to go to the Final Four. And it's something that we had talked about at the beginning of the season. And in the huddle, I told them that it's not a hope, it's not a dream anymore, it's a reality. And for these guys to have this experience, to be able to go to the Final Four, brings so much joy to my heart.
In the front.
Hubert, Pat Walter, WRAL Sports. I was saying earlier, you guys have been written off so many times this year. I mean, what kind of lessons can you draw from the fact that here you are now, headed to the Final Four?
Well, I think, I always tell the guys, or anybody, if I'm only coaching basketball, then I need to quit or be fired. I'm not just a basketball coach. My job is to help and to teach and to care for them on the court, off the court, and in the classroom. And we use basketball as teachable life moments. And this season is giving these guys an opportunity to see what hard work does, perseverance, resiliency, togetherness. It's a great lesson for them, not just in basketball, but in life. And to see their smiles and see how happy they are, see the tears of joy at the end of the game and on the floor and in the locker room is something that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Greg Barnes in South Carolina. Hubert, you've been here longest with Leaky, 4 years. During that time, he's battled criticism, injury, COVID. What does it mean to be able to see him experience this type of moment?
It is. He is. He committed to Carolina early because he wanted to be a part of this program. He wanted to be here. And because of injury, because of other things, he just hadn't found a rhythm here at Carolina, and this year he has. He's been healthy for the first time in his career. He has settled into his role. He understands what he can do and what he can do really well, and he's just the way that he plays defense, the way that he takes care of the basketball and makes instinctive plays for our team. His energy and his passion, his love for this program and for this team. He's not someone that talks a lot, but by his actions, he's a leader. And for everything that he has gone through, like we went to the Sweet 16 his freshman year, but he didn't play very much. And then the other 2 years, we didn't go to the NCAA tournament, then we lost last year in the first round. It was really important for him and Armando. I wanted them to experience success here at Carolina, and now they are.
Coach, I'm Anna Lively with Sports Illustrated Kids. You are only the 9th coach in history to make it to the Final Four in your first season, and the first one to do it in 33 years. I know you talk about it being for your team, but how special is it for you to see all your hard work as an assistant coach pay off on the biggest stage?
Well, it is. I know it's hard to believe or understand, but it really isn't about me at all. I've been to a Final Four as a player and as a coach. I played at Carolina. I played in the NBA. It's not my time. It's their time. And so the satisfaction that I have is when things work out for our kids. And that's what brings me joy. And I don't know how you do the job any other way, but with the heart of service and appreciation for the kids. This has nothing to do about me. This is 100% about them. And so I am so happy right now because I can't wait for them to walk into that stadium and see how big that place is. I can't wait for them to see the hotel with their pictures all over the place. I can't wait to have that practice on Saturday and have that feeling. Only 4 teams are practicing that day. And I can't wait till they run out of that tunnel and it's 80,000 watching them play. Like, I know what they're going to see and experience. And I told, I think we're scheduled to leave on Wednesday. I like to leave tonight. I want to get there tonight.
Coach Alex Hickey with Saturday Road. Your team went to bed knowing exactly who's coming ahead if you won this game. Just how impressed were you with their focus today and not getting caught up in what's going to be pretty crazy?
We don't get focused on that. I don't think anything can be as crazy as it was leading up to, the game over in Cameron. And so, as I said before, we keep our eyes straight ahead and we ignore all the noise. And I consistently tell them to turn down or to turn off the noise of the phone, family, and the friends. if you do that, just focus on our preparation and our practice, and if you do that, then our play will be good, and that's what we're going to do this upcoming week.
CL with the News and Observer. Hubert, hearing what Armando and Leaky said about the past 2 years, kind of the low points of it, how important was it? Well, first, did you kind of feel the same way about the low points, if you will, and did you feel a certain need to reestablish kind of the standard or the brand by getting back to the Final Four like this?
Well, I felt like over the last couple of years we lost, I don't know if it's the respect from other programs, from other teams, because of the last couple of years, but it's just really important for me, for those guys to I didn't want them to have the experiences that they had the last couple of years. And that's not typical North Carolina. And I want them to be respected. I want this program to be respected. And I feel like this year we have moved in the right direction with that.
Adam Kilgore.
Adam Kilgore with the Washington Post, Hubert. This program's obviously been in your blood for a long time. You know what Duke UNC means. What's your perspective on that game happening in the Final Four next week, and what it means for your program and for the sport?
I haven't thought about it at all. The only thing on my mind is celebrating with the rest of the players on what's just happened today. Next week will be next week, and we'll deal with that next week. But right now, I don't want to think about next week and lose the moment of today. There's so much joy and there's so much happiness and thankfulness and appreciation. I want to stay there. There's enough time to go to our game next week. I want to enjoy today.
In the back.
Over here, Coach. Coley Harvey, ESPN, keeping it with today, right after the handshake line. We noticed you got pretty emotional there. You broke down a little bit. What was going on in your mind at that time?
Not just this game. It's been a wild 11 and a half months. And I've said a number of times, it's been so busy the last 11 and a half months, I haven't really had time to think. And it was the first time that I can remember in the last 11 and a half months that I could take a deep breath. And it just came out. It's not just this year, it's everything. What this job has meant to me, how it's impacted my wife and my kids, the players, their parents, recruiting. It's just been a lot. And when I finally could take a deep breath and it looked like we were going to win, I just couldn't hold it in.
Coach, right here. JB Ricks of Spectrum News 1, congratulations.
Thank you.
My question is similar to what Cole just asked, but I want you to be a little bit more specific about maybe the first memory that comes to mind from this whirlwind 11 and a half months that it's been for you, and the one that makes it so gratifying for you to be at this position now where you're taking this team to the Final Four. What memory comes to you first out of the past 11 and a half months?
Oh my gosh, like there were, I always tell, I say that I want, stories and testimonies and memories for the players. In them getting those, I've got them myself. I remember the feeling walking out of that tunnel for the press conference. I remember getting on the bus for the first time and I was sitting in the front for the first time. That was different. I remember the first practice and getting at midcourt and putting together a practice plan. I remember coming out of the tunnel for the first time as head coach. I remember going on the road. I remember everything. It's been an unbelievable year filled with so many memories and stories and testimonies that I don't have time enough to think about them. And we have 7, 8 more days and then I'll sit by the pool and chill out and think about them.
Okay, we'll go two more, Andrew, then David.
Coach, in addition to the service to the kids, how about the program for what Coach Smith built, Coach Guthridge, Coach Williams, and being the next one in line to kind of keep that going? What does that mean to you, upholding the program? And also, did you speak to Roy this weekend at all?
I didn't speak to Coach Williams, but when we were up on the podium, I looked right at him and I told him thank you. You know, my foundation is given an opportunity and a chance. Like I don't play at Carolina, I don't play in the NBA, ESPN, assistant coach, none of that without somebody giving me a chance and an opportunity. So that's why I always tell the guys, whoever plays with me is going to get a chance and an opportunity, because that's the foundation piece for me. I'm not sitting up here right now without Coach Williams. I mean, he gave me a chance and an opportunity to be the next head coach, to lead this program, to be a part of this team. And it's very important that we give everything to the players. But, you know, you're right. It's very important that for Coach Smith and Coach Guthridge and Coach Williams, that I really want them to be proud. That's just really important to me. And I want every player that played for Coach Smith, Coach Guthridge, and Coach Williams, I want them, whether it's in person, TV, highlights, I want them to be able to identify and go, that's the Carolina that I went to. So it's really important to me that this program, with my own personality in my own shoes, looks exactly like the program that Coach Smith, Coach Guthridge, and Coach Williams ran.
Final question, David.
Hubert, David Teal with the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Kind of piggybacking on that, the symmetry of sports is pretty random, and you're the first rookie head coach since Bill Guthridge to take his team to the Final Four. What are some of your memories of Coach Guthridge?
Just his belief in me, and somebody that wasn't a high school All-American, and his belief in me as a person. And I just wish he was here, and I wish that I could give him a hug, and I hope I'm making him proud. One of the things that I do is I pray all the time that Jesus would put good people in my kid's life, like Coach Smith, Coach Guthridge, and Coach Williams. People that genuinely care for you, that that there's no hidden agenda. They're genuinely on your side, and Coach Guthridge was one of those people.
Coach, thank you very much.
Yep.
Congratulations. Best of luck next weekend.
Thank you. See you in New Orleans.